speak of gospel music, Mellisa Mura is happening right now. And I had to bring her. She is on the other end of the line. Hello, Mellisa, and welcome to Inspirational Wednesday.
Hi, Cherry Blossom. Glad to be here.
No, it's an honor to have you. Let me give you a round of applause for coming through. So yeah, her name is Mellisa, and yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of her for the longest time. She has been making it, and she has been bombing in terms of gospel music, or as far as gospel music is concerned. So as we kick it off, Mellisa, just to wind up, how has been the week so far for you?
It's been good. It's been good. We launched the second single on Sunday, and the response has been great. It's been a really good week.
I bet it has been, because listening to the gospel music so far has been really, really speaking to the heart. So thank you so much for that one.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
All right, so as we kick it off, what inspired you to start making music, and how did you get started? How was your start like?
Wow, I love that question. So music for me, like what I put on all my handles, really. I'm just, a girl that fell in love with Jesus and found her purpose and worshiping Him. So that was kind of the basis of the start. The conviction kind of came that way. And as for how I got started, believe it or not, I started in my mother's kitchen.
You started in your mother's sitting room?
I started before. I was Mellisa Mura. I was Elizabeth Shiki. Born, raised in Mutare, lived my whole life in Mutare. So, like I said, it started in my mom's kitchen. My mom and my sister and me sing all the time while she cooks. I think it started when I was about 7, 8 years old. And that's where I learned how to harmonize. Because my mom would be like, you're supposed to sing a little bit, lower, try singing the lower register. And her and my sister would sing soprano. So that's where it started. And I joined the church choir at 9 years old. Believe it or not. And, for me, that was a different lifestyle. While most kids were, something else on Saturdays watching TV, I was going to choir practice every Saturday. My dad had to take me to church choir practice every Saturday, and that's where my journey kind of started. My parents literally handed me over to the church. I was mentored by really great people, Pastor Jacob and Lily Tembo in Mutare, as well as Pastor Kari. They kind of nurtured me in this journey of music till, what you guys see today. So it's been quite a ride.
So from Mutare, you moved to Harare?
Yes. So I moved to Harare, got married to a Hararian. So we're right here.
All right, so you said why you were in choir, right? Church choir, and you said your father will take you to the church choir every now and again. But just seeing from the people wangawari mu choir wachona, what exactly would they? How exactly would they accept you as a young person being in a choir? Shaifambiswa same choir mumu.
That was really fun, honestly. Because this little kid, my mom actually bought me, I think, 2 or 3-inch heels. I had this white heels that I would wear every Sunday. Their choir uniform, So it was, I guess I'm really appreciative to them because they didn't really judge me. And they weren't really like, Rimana, you can't be in the choir. But they accepted me, and, I would lead, certain songs on Sunday as well. I would sing, faithful. And people would be responding like, yeah, this little kid, it's okay. So it was really cool. It was really, really cool.
All right, let's talk about your creative process, Mellisa. How do you go about the creativeness that you bring? And what happens when you're writing songs? What exactly inspires you? Tell us about that.
Right. So, like I mentioned earlier, right, my journey started pretty early on. So at 9 years old, all I knew was, I loved Jesus and I loved singing. And I loved singing in the church. But I didn't really have a revelation of the God that I was singing about, right? So through growth and experiences and also the teachings that I was getting from my mentors, from, my spiritual parents, Prophet Emmanuel and Prophet Emmanuel, Makantua, the teachings and the experiences combined kind of created this conducive environment for the creative process to even write a song. And I remember even Pastor Kari gave me the platform to explore that, singing my songs in church, and to be like, what did you today?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So that growth and, that nurturing throughout all those years is what, I guess, brought this creative process to actually learn how to write a song, as opposed to just loving music and loving to sing, but understanding that, there's a process to it. And these teachings that I was getting in church, the growth, the nurturing is what kind of brought this about.
All right, so I'm glad that today I'm talking to an artist who kicked it off at a very young age. So I need to understand something. I think this needs to be cleared out, and I think you're the person to clear it out.
Right.
Some say when a young person, or rather when a child is pretty much exposed to fame and to elderly people, right? Mm-hmm. They become psychologically unstable. How far true is that? Do you see it? What happens? Please let us know. Clear it out for us.
Yeah. Well, I'm not too sure about, that saying, but, my mom taught me something that was very profound growing up, right? She taught me that our bodies are new, but they're containing old spirits. So from the day you were born, the spirit that was put in you is an old spirit. This spirit was with God, was in God, and was just breathed into this brand new body. So the minute somebody, arrives on earth, they already arrive with an assignment, with a mandate, right? So, growing up and being, exposed to these older people that were helping me and nurturing me, I already knew what I wanted, right?
Yes.
That spirit within me had already confirmed, like, this is what we came here for. This is why we're here on this earth. But being exposed to people that had experience as well didn't really, make me lose my way. It kind of grounded me a little bit more. I think the circle and the people you have around you, as long as they have their best interest in heart for you, it helps you on your journey. It helps you far much better than doing it on your own and starting from scratch, because you're learning from these people's experiences, learning from what they have to say, the wisdom that they carry, and that makes your journey a lot easier, and it shields you a lot more in this industry.
I'm so glad that you cleared it out, Panyaye, grounding, because I was about to ask you what keeps you grounded, and I'm glad you cleared that out. So let's talk about your musical influences. Who influences you? Who would you say, Kuti, you know what, if I listen to this person, they make me go all out?
Yeah, I love that. So some of my biggest musical influences, of course, internationally, we're looking at Kim Walker-Smith, right? That's my go-to right there. Of course, we have Snatch as well. And nobody's list is ever complete without mentioning Minister Michael Mahendra.
Yes.
He's actually my current pastor here in Harare. So he was one of the greatest musical influences, because I started watching him from when I was a kid. I watched how he would carry himself, him and his amazing wife. Those people are, they're really down to earth, and it's an honor just to be near them and to see how they do their things and how they carry themselves.
True that. So, Mellisa, I have listened to a lot of music, gospel music, and I've heard a lot when it comes to the gospel genre. But I need to understand from you, what sets your music aside from others in that same genre?
Terry Rosen, you're putting me on the spot.
Hey! What's different about Mellisa? What does Mellisa bring to the table that is different from all the gospel artists?
So for me, not really what sets me apart, but I'm just myself. That's literally Mellisa. What you hear, what you see, that's just the original, the OG me. So I'm really big on staying true to myself. So I guess if anything is to set me apart, that would be that, because there's only one Mellisa Mura. There's only one of me. There will forever be only one me. So that originality aspect is what I would say kind of sets me apart. Because there's only one me, right?
Yes, true that. There can only be one you.
Exactly.
True. So let's talk about your new releases. Recently, I played a song, Rock of Ages, right?
Yes.
What is it about? Where did it come from? Why did you write Rock of Ages? What was happening in your life?
Right. So Rock of Ages, I wrote that song in 2015. Years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been churning and marinating and just being saturated. That song actually emanated from, like I mentioned, the teaching that I was getting at the time. Prophet Emmanuel Makanua released a teaching called God the Deliverer, right? So
Yes.
combine that with my experiences at the time. I'd just been in school. I was trying to find myself, and the lyrics just kind of came to me. I just pulled out a paper and I started writing that. And, the Holy Spirit did communicate, God is the deliverer of your soul. So no matter, even if you fall into a ditch or whatever, there's always going to be, your Father that's going to come and pick you up and deliver you each and every time. So there's really no reason to fear or be afraid or doubt yourself.
So someone comes through in comments and says, wow. Munu yari Muharari. She is so good. I thought she was in America. Zim has talent for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You spoke of Rock of Ages. Right now, I'm going to play a song called You Love Me More. But before I do that, tell us about it.
Right. Oh, man, that song is really special to me. It's really, really special to me. And it was emanating from the scripture I was reading at the time. It was in Romans that said, but God shows his love for us in that, while we were sinners, Christ died for us. Mm-hmm. So that really hit me hard, A lot of people struggle, getting out of addictions and, trying to do this and failing. And you get to a point where you actually feel like, giving up on yourself, or you make a mistake and you're
yes.
like, this is it. There's no going back. God cannot possibly love me beyond this error or this mistake. I mean, this is huge. And you actually get to a point of canceling yourself out. But the communication of the Spirit is, listen, I love you way more than you could ever possibly love yourself. And I will never leave you, even when you decide to leave yourself. And I will never forsake you, even in those moments you're like, I'm done. I'm a failure. There's no getting back from this. So that's where the song came from. It was really, really deep to me. It actually made me cry the first time I wrote it. I'm going to tell you now. That's that. But yeah, that communication was really strong and it hit home. And that's why this is one of those special songs.
All right. So if you're just joining us, we are in Inspirational Wednesday on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday like this one. And on the other end of the line, I'm talking to Mellisa Mura, and I'm going to play a song by her. It's called You Love Me More. Do enjoy.
Moment of sadness, you still comfort me. I hear your sweet voice, even when I'm laying down. In a moment of weakness, you're still around. 'Cause you will never leave me. No, you'll never leave me. Even when I decide to leave myself, you will not forsake me. No, you won't forsake me. Even when I decided to forsake myself. 'Cause you love me more. You love me more. You love me comfort me. I hear your sweet voice, even when I'm laying down. In a moment of weakness, you're still around. 'Cause you will never leave me. No, you'll never leave me. Even when I decide to leave myself. And God, you will not forsake me. No, you won't forsake me. Even when I decided to forsake myself. You love me more. You love me more. You love me more. You love me more. You love me more.
Her name is Mellisa Mura, born and bred in Manicaland, in the place we call home, the place we call Mutari. She was just like a girl like you and I, but with a big dream and a big vision. And so she did not let anything stop her. She went on and on and on. And now she is where she is because she believed in herself. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your talent? Do you believe in what you have and what you can bring? You love me more. That's the title of the track. So yeah, coming back to you, Mellisa.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful song, I must say.
Oh, thank you.
Well done, well done. So someone comes through and says, "Ndanzwa ama goosebumps." Anzi cheriwe, nduda kunzwa ama goosebumps. She is so talented. I love her voice. Is she Zimbabwean? Music yake toyiwana how? So we're going to talk about how we can get your music when the show is just about to come to an end. We need to understand how do we get to listen to you more, Ndideka?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, tell us something. You know, we are living in a world, in a digital era rather, where we have young women, young people who have a calling in gospel music, let me say that.
Right.
But then they find, you know what, my music is not selling, my music is not doing what it's supposed to do. Let me transition. Let me move. You know, they get influenced. Music, and then they decide, you know what, I want to move to another genre, right? Mm-hmm. What is your advice to them? What can you say? What can you say to them? What is your advice?
I can understand. When, you're releasing music and nobody's really responding to it. Mm-hmm. But like I mentioned before, you have to understand that this is a mandate. Right? The fire within you, the message that you have, that you put in you to deliver, is to deliver to a certain group of people, even if it's to one person or two people. But, the fulfillment should be in knowing that I fulfilled the purpose, the mandate that was put on my life. So don't be with this thing of wanting to be liked.
Yes.
Replay is tough, but you have to understand that God is in a business of funding his own project. So if you stay true to that, you stay on that narrow road, God is in a business of always, he will always give you back. And the beauty of it gives you back 100-fold. So it's always multiplied. So, don't be impatient. Just stay true to that road. The message you have is for someone, trust me. Even if it's for one person, but you doing that is better than somebody reaching millions of people and giving them nothing. But if you take that message to the person that it was intended for, that is the definition of success right there.
The key that I've taken right now is stay true to yourself. Stay true to what you believe in.
Yeah.
So still on the issue of social media, Mellisa, how do you balance social media and the presence of focusing on your craft?
Right. Honestly, guys, I was blessed. I was blessed with a partner. My husband is, very supportive in my dream, in my vision. He literally is like his own. So that gives me the space, and he allows me to be creative and to, just focus on that, to get the juice, to focus on that craft. And he takes it for, everything else happens like whether it's social media, we sing the music. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm really blessed. He kind of focuses on that. It allows me, remain Mellisa the stage, and I don't have to stress out about all this other stuff.
All right. So, Mellisa,
Yeah.
have you collaborated with anyone thus far? And what is the future for collaborations for you?
Right. Wait, what was the last question?
I asked, have you had any collaborations so far?
No, not yet. No collaboration. I don't want to preempt things,
Uh-huh.
but let's say none as yet.
None as yet. Is there any future for collaborations for you?
Yeah, definitely. That's in the pipelines. I have my sisters over here, and over here in retire as well. So we'll let you know. I don't want to preempt stuff, but yeah, let's just say in the near future.
True that. So, yeah, what's next for you? What can we expect from Mellisa in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, yeah. So, Mellisa, in 5 to 10 years, hopefully by the grace of God, we would have released, more of these songs. I do have an EP coming up. It's called The Father's Heart. So these first 2 songs are actually part of that EP. So we're working on releasing the 3rd song as well. But yeah, let's just grow and see where God takes us with this message. And yeah, wherever I'm told to go, that's probably where I'm going to go.
True that. So we're just going to read a few messages coming from people who are loving your music right here. And I want to go hake ndibaba Primrose ndadzungaira panedziwa apo. He loves your music, your tracks, and another one says aiwa muna dzogorora futi song yachona, please. Beautiful song coming from Stabile, and yeah, all the way from the UK, saying she is so talented. She's a talented gospel artist. May God continue to bless her and bless her voice abundantly. Coming from Sophie in Birmingham.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this, you guys. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, how can people get your music? How can we get to listen to more of your music?
Right. So my music is on all my platforms. I'm on YouTube as well under Mellisa Mura. So, you guys can go there. My music is on there as well. Spotify, my music is on there as well. Audio Max. Apple Music, we're literally on all streaming platforms with 2 songs. But yeah, go on that YouTube handle, click subscribe so you can see all the other projects that we're going to be dishing out to you guys.
True that. So, Mellisa, ukanzwa as Zimbabwean achiti.
Yeah.
You sound American. They're saying you sound international. That's their way of saying you sound international.
I see.
So, as we close off the show, what advice will you give to emerging musicians trying to make it in the industry?
Right. Well, I'm also emerging, eh?
Yeah. But come on.
Together, my fellow upcoming artists, especially in the gospel music industry, guys, let's just stay true to ourselves. This message was put in us for a certain group of people. Somebody actually needs to hear what we have to say, what we have to sing. So if we deviate from that path, at the end of the day, and it'll be accountable to you by that sort of thing. So, let's just stay true to our path. Let's remain original, understanding that there's only one of you. They can never be a duplicate. They can never be a copy. So that in itself is, is enough to make you special. The fact you could be married, and I decided I'm going to one. I told him I'm going to plan B,
True.
So, let's just remain original, understand the mandate. It's an honor to be able to even fulfill it, to even start on the journey to fulfill the purpose God put you on this earth. So, be original, be you, stay true to the path, and put God center in literally everything you do. And like I said, He owes no man. So He will reward you 100-fold for your faithful service.
Amen to that. So you know what? Time is jealous. We have run out of time, but I want to thank you, Mellisa, for being here today and inspiring us on this beautiful Wednesday.
Thank you, Cherry Blossom, for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All same. Have yourself a lovely one, Anditika.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Her name is Mellisa Mura. She is Mellisa Mura on all social media platforms. You go follow her and find out what she's all about. She's all about the gospel, man. She's been bringing it to the world. And yeah, her single, You Love Me More, has been making it, be it on YouTube, be it on Spotify. So yeah, you go check her out. And I'm going to play it for the very last time as we get to enjoy what she brought to us. You Love Me More. What a lovely day to be alive. What a lovely day to be you. And in the words of Mellisa Mura, there can only be one you.
I feel your embrace. Even when I'm on my knees, in the moment of sadness, you still comfort me. I hear your sweet voice,